Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all would be doing well. As we have started the content of pronouns, and in our last class we have studied about some major types of pronouns. As due to its extensive types in the category of pronouns, we have just divided the chapter in two different parts. In our part A, we have studied these kinds of pronoun like personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, intensive pronouns, reciprocal pronouns. So these were the types that we have studied in our last class, but today we are going to study these types like relative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, interrogative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, and distributive pronouns. So in today's lesson you would be having an idea that how these kinds of pronoun have been classified, and enough understanding would be cleared in today's lesson. So have a patience and go on. Just give me a quick recall that what is a pronoun. Obvious, it is now clear in our understanding that pronoun is a word that we use in place of a noun as it's a substitute. We have not to repeat the noun in a one sentence for more than one time, just we have to use the pronoun in the place of that particular noun to complete our sentence. Some common pronouns are I, we, they, you, he, she, this, them, that, and etc. So just take an example over here that my friends are in playground, they are playing football. So here my friends was a noun that you have used in the very first part of the sentence, but in the second sentence you would just replace that noun with a pronoun they to complete your utterance or to complete your sentence. So it's how pronouns are used in English language to give a complete meaning to your sentence. So now just move towards the types of pronoun. Here is relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to connect a clause or phrase to a noun or a pronoun. If you just want to connect one clause to another or one phrase to another, then you have to use a relative pronoun in that case. Relative pronouns also refer to a noun mentioned previously for the better clarity of a sentence. Sometimes you just use a relative pronoun to make a clear understanding about the noun that you have earlier mentioned in your sentence. Just take an example to make your understanding more clear. First of all, have an eye on these relative pronouns. The relative pronouns in English grammar are who, which, that, whom, and whose. But how we can use in our sentence is that the man who stole the jewelry was found guilty. Here this who is just giving us a clear understanding about the noun man, which has been mentioned here previously. The man who stole the jewelry was found guilty. Similarly, the book that you gave me was informative. So here this that is also been used to join the two clauses together. The book, what is the book? It for the completion of a sentence, for the completion of the complete meaning, you have to use a pronoun. Here this that is acting as a relative pronoun to give a complete meaning to a sentence. So relative pronouns can be used as a connective word to connect the clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun, or relative pronouns can be used to mention or to give an idea of clarity about the noun that has been mentioned previously. So these are the relative pronouns. Next is here demonstrative pronouns. As the name is suggesting, that demonstration means that something that you are using to point to another thing. So demonstrative pronouns are used to point something specific within a sentence. If you just want to point out one thing for an emphasis or to put a stress on that, then you have to use a demonstrative pronoun in that sentence. Demonstrative pronouns replace the noun, whereas demonstrative adjective qualifies the noun. So here is a difference between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative pronouns basically replace the noun. They completely replace the noun, whereas we know that adjectives are those words which qualify a noun, which gives more description or detailed understanding about the noun. So demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, and those. It is obvious clear that this and that are demonstrative pronouns for singular things, and these or those are the demonstrative pronouns for plural things. Just take an example over here. I prefer this. So this is used here as a demonstrative pronoun. It has replaced a noun over here, like I prefer, you can say I prefer pasta or I prefer spaghetti. So that pasta and spaghetti has been replaced by this demonstrative pronoun, that is this. Next, these are beautiful, but those belong to Jenny. So here these have been used as a pointer. These are beautiful. These is giving us an idea that it is an indication or pointer of some towards something. So these are the demonstrative pronouns. Next is interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns, as the name is suggesting, that these introduce a question. When you want to impose a question, then these would be interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are who, whom, whose, what, and which. These are known as interrogative pronouns. For instance, if you are saying that who will go for fishing, so here who is used here as an interrogative pronoun. What do you need? And whose pencils are on the table? So these are all interrogative pronouns that have been used over here to introduce a question about something. Next is here indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refer to unspecified beings, objects, and places. If there is a thing, if there is an object that is unspecified, then you have to use indefinite pronoun to express that. Indefinite pronouns are it has a huge list of words like anyone, somebody, whichever, whoever, something, nobody, other, some, any, several, each, both, few, either, no one, none. So all of these words are indicating unspecified beings, objects, and places which are not clear. You are not clearly mentioning any object in that, so these are indefinite pronouns. For example, somebody must have seen the culprit. So here somebody, it is giving us an idea about any object, like it could be a person, it could be any man or woman, but it has some unspecification to that category to reveal that who have seen the culprit. So this somebody is an indefinite pronoun. There is something in my shoe. So this something is again referring to an unspecified object. It is not clear that what is inside the shoe. So there is something. This something is indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. So this is all about indefinite pronoun. Next is here distributive pronouns. Distributive pronouns refer to a persons or things one at a time. If there are more than one people or place things in that category or in that situation, but you want to refer each thing or each person separately or individually, so then you have to use a distributive pronoun. These distributive pronouns always take singular and followed by the verb in a singular form. So these are categorized into singular category, and the distributive pronouns are each, either, and neither. For example, here is a word, each of the boys gets a prize. So have an eye on it, that each of the boys, it means that there were more than one boys over there. There were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or so on. Many boys were there, but every boy has got a prize. So if you want to say in that manner, you have to use the verb singular, that would be identifying that each of the boys gets a prize. Is it clear? Next, it is either of you can go. It means that either you, or it is again categorizing to one individual or one person. So neither of the accusations is true. So it's all about distributive pronouns. These pronouns refer to persons or things one at a time. These are those pronouns which do not go with a collective pronoun, but these go with the singular things or singular persons. So it is all about distributive pronouns. In our next classes, we will go on with the exercise to deal and to have our better clarity or understanding about pronouns. Thank you so much for your listening. If you have any problem or any question, you can ask. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe for new videos, and take care. Thank you.